Hey guys, and thanks for tuning in. Welcome to my third Mailbox video now. I think it's the third. It's been such a busy week, I can't even count. In the background we got some AS VAL gameplay. Second Assault is just round the corner now, and you can actually unlock the weapons. Well, you can unlock the AS VAL. The other ones require a map related unlock, so you can't unlock them just yet. But the AS VAL you can unlock, so go play with it. It's pretty beastie. It'll probably get a nerf sometime soon. So I'm going to jump straight into the Mailbox video and answer some questions. So here we go. First question is from Syrup on Twitter. He asked a couple of questions last week, but this is his last one, I think. But feel free to ask more. What do you think of a 1 parachute limit per life? Get the landing right or die, no second chance. This is quite interesting, actually, I suppose. The thing is with parachutes is it's not just about using them one time. You could potentially have to parachute down from a helicopter. You might go then to a building and need a parachute again to get down. I suppose it would change the way people play a little bit. I don't think it would make that much difference though. I don't think people tend to use that many parachutes, per life, to be honest with you. Maybe just have a delay on it would probably be better. So if you use a parachute, you can't use a parachute again for like a minute or something, or a minute and a half. Something like that, maybe. That would be better. I don't think parachutes are OP, though, to be honest with you. I've never really had a problem where I've thought to myself, damn that guy, using those OP parachutes. Damn him. So, I don't think parachuting's too much of an issue. Next question from Shocking Gaming. I like your name. Would you consider playing with sub or something along those lines? Yeah, of course, man. I mean, I've been quite busy lately. My Battlefield 4 team has been competing in the big EMS tournament. We were competing to get to the LAN final last night, but unfortunately we got knocked out, which is a shame, especially considering the games were so close. So probably for this next week we're going to be easing off the practice a little bit, have a bit of a break because we have been hitting it really hard, and then get back to it next week. So probably this week I'll be playing a lot more. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos this week and sort of catching up in that respect, because I haven't really had much time to do it. We've been playing solid for the past sort of week trying to practice. So I'm always up for playing with subs. I public quite a bit, so that is not an issue at all. In fact, I think I've got quite a few of my subs on my battle log. Half the time it's full, thanks to the 100 friends limit, but if people want to add me, if I've got space, I'll accept it. Question 3 from Scott Dobbepool? I hope I've said your name right. How old are you? I am 28. I am 28 this year. Yeah, pretty straightforward really. Don't really know what to add to that. 28 this year. Okay, moving on. From Nua Buaza. Hope I've said your name right again. I'm not really good with pronouncing names. This was a message sent to me on YouTube. How did you describe the general level of your opponents in a Battlefield game compared to yours? Well, I suppose that varies greatly, really. In Battlefield 3, generally, if I jumped onto a public server, I never really had much trouble killing most people. I would generally finish top, but that doesn't mean that much, really. Battlefield 4 is a different kettle of fish, really. I don't think I'm as good at Battlefield 4 as I was at Battlefield 3. I think Battlefield 3 suited my game a lot more than Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4 is a little bit slower, sluggish in parts, aiming feels a little bit more sluggish, and that doesn't really suit how I play. But overall, I would say, if I jump into a public game, I'm usually one of the better players. Competitive's a different kettle of fish. There's a lot of very, very good competitive players. I can hold my own with any of them. I know I play against the top Battlefield teams. I play against Fnatic, Epsilon, Eyeballers, Mim, and we play against these guys day in, day out. So if you play against those guys, you A, have to be at a decent level, and B, you will improve. You play against good players, you'll get better. It's as simple as that. Next question from Captain Jelly. Would you like to see any new attachments in Battlefield 4? Well, it's a two-parter to this one, because what I would like to see... Yeah, I would like to see new attachments, but also I was very disappointed with the ones we got. Now, let me explain what I mean. We've got like 6 attachments that you can add in terms of like the secondary attachments, so the angled, ergo, potato, vertical. What I'm really disappointed with is that some of them just do the exact same thing. Okay? So the angled grip and the potato grip are exactly the same. And I just find that so frustrating. They say it's for aesthetics, but if I've got an angled grip on my gun or a potato grip, I don't see the difference because my hand's covering it anyway on the model. So why do I need 2 grips that do exactly the same thing? I'm so frustrated with that. I wanted to see 6 grips that all did different things. I don't want to see 6 grips and 3 of them are just duplicates of the other one but with a slightly different visual design. That really frustrated me. So yeah, I was hoping for more attachments that do various things, even if it's just by a little bit to spice things up. But the bottom line is they're not going to add any new attachments into the game now. These are the ones that will stay with Battlefield 4, so there's not going to be any new ones. That's the bottom line. Next question from Django Blader. What is your biggest goal with YouTube? Well, right now I wouldn't say I have a goal per se. I mean, some months I have a very good month with YouTube in terms of views and subscribers. Some months I have a really slow month and I won't get very many views at all. I won't get very many subscribers. I feel as though my videos sometimes, not always, sometimes deserve more views than they get. I mean, there's been some videos that I've put so much effort into and they've got very, very little views. And then there's been some videos which maybe haven't had or required as much effort and they've got way more views. I'm kind of happy and disappointed in a way that one of my biggest videos is actually the video about the bad netcode in Battlefield 4. That kind of upsets me in a way because I didn't want you know that sort of video to be like the biggest viewer on my channel. I ideally wanted one of the biggest viewed videos on my channel to be one that I'd put a lot of effort into. And that's kind of where I struggle. Sometimes videos that I think will be popular aren't, and videos that I don't think will be popular are. Suppose I haven't quite got my head around that. But with YouTube, I'm just going to keep plodding along. I'm going to try and get out some more original content. That was what I tried to do a while ago, and that's where my channel started growing. And then I'm gonna do a lot of stuff on Titanfall as well. And what will be, as they say. I've been struggling with it, to be honest with you. I've been doing this for well over a year now, and I'm so pleased to have nearly 5,000 subscribers. But it's been very, very hard to get all those subscribers, and I just need to keep working hard to try and get more and keep the ones I've got happy. So I'll keep trying my best to do that. And last question for today from Carl20699. Hey Hadouken, what do you think of a game mode where it's all about surviving? So the longer you survive, the more points you get. You have unlimited lives, like normal, and get points for kills as normal. Maybe some sort of anti-cheat that have to move around, right? Okay. I suppose that would be quite interesting, really. So, effectively, kind of like, I suppose, Team Deathmatch, but the longer you survive, the more points you get. I quite like that idea. I think it's interesting that you've touched on the fact that some sort of system that makes you move around so you can't just stay in one place. Kind of like a server-side thing where it says, for instance, you have been sat in the same place for 5 seconds, and if you don't move, maybe knocks 10 health off you, and if you don't carry on moving, it knocks another 10, etc, etc. So you have to keep on the move, so you can't just hide in one place. I think it would be interesting. Anything with new game modes, I think if people find it enjoyable, they'll play it. And I think to a certain extent in Battlefield 4 there hasn't been enough inventiveness in the game modes. Some of the game modes that we had last time in Battlefield 3 and DLC, I was disappointed to find they weren't in the vanilla game for Battlefield 4. which is really disappointing. So I think a game mode like that could work quite well. I'd probably play it. Sounds interesting. Why don't you send that over to DICE and see what they say? I actually know that they're working on a 5v5 obliteration small game mode, which is supposedly going to be the new esports game mode for ESL and things like that. So that's something to look out for. Thanks very much though for tuning in, guys. I'm going to call it there. I hope you found this video interesting and informative as well. Plenty more videos coming up. I'm going to really work hard this week on getting some of the videos that I've started finished, so look out for them. As always, post in the comments below with any question that you want me to answer, and I'll do my best to answer it. Hit me up on Twitter at Hadoukens3Zs, and as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.